Good morning. It is Saturday, and we get more college football today. Yes, it is awesome. I cannot wait. It is fantastic. Um, so also, I just realized, and remember the other day, I showed you that the other day I got a nice little one of these cards from one of the Horseheads football players. And believe it or not, they actually have a game today at home, which is awesome. Although I'm going to be busy today, so I won't be able to go. Although, this is actually something I noticed on that schedule. And that's, homecoming is really early. Like, homecoming for Horseheads this year is the weekend of September 21st. Usually we have to wait an entire month before our homecoming. At least it was like that when I was there. I could have sworn that they would have probably had actually, you know why? It's because after the 21st, the next 3 games are road games. So that would be mid-October already. So mid to late October would be the next home game. And I don't really know if that would be, if I don't know, maybe that would work. But what am I talking about? Yeah. Good morning, happy Thursday. Did I really just say happy Thursday? Why did I just do that? Oh, Saturday. It's Saturday. Why would I screw up the day of the week? That's like the one thing I never do. Oh, actually, there's lots of things I technically never do, but messing up the day of the week is one of them. I mean, it's Saturday. We can sit back, kick back, relax, watch some college football. I'm going to be going up to the lake a little bit later this afternoon when it gets a little bit warmer out because it's a little nippy out. I'm not going to lie. It's nippy out, but fortunately for you Horseheads players and any Horseheads athletes in general, or any athletes in general in this area, the weather should get a little nicer, so you should be able to play at your best, if you will. Although technically, if you really wanted to play at your best, preferably colder weather would be ideal. But again, that's a whole other video for a different sort of day. So you know what? I actually got to thinking, because I really have been thinking about football a lot lately, especially football back in my days at Horseheads, and I'm going to be the first to level with you. I was terrible. I was slow. It never occurred to me that I could anticipate the snap of the ball, or anticipate the cadence, I mean. I never really did care for having to pull because I was an offensive lineman. Pull to go around to the other side. I just did not like that at all. I'm not, you know what? Maybe I should have been a center. Maybe that's probably what I should have done. Or a long snapper or something. I don't know. So, yeah, I messed up right there. But our football team, our junior year, we were really good. We lost to Union Endicott in the sectional title game. And this Union Endicott actually had Super Bowl champion and would have later Super Bowl champion and now Arizona Cardinals defensive end Chandler Jones. Yes. And and the sad part is he was not the only reason why Union Endicott was good then. Well, I think they're still good now, I think. But then they were good. My senior year, they were 5th in all of New York State. This is something that even my brothers at Trinity-Pawling probably would have had trouble against. That's how good these guys were. So, yeah, and keep in mind, I couldn't play football at Trinity-Pawling because, again, they can only have 4 postgraduates or PGs, if you will, play, and they picked out the 4 guys long before, I got there. So, I ended up doing cross country, and it's saying that award right there. I think I made the right call. So, with that said, I had got to thinking, because this is actually meant to be a TP Tales video. I am going to make this a TP Tales video because in fact, it'll actually relate back to Horseheads momentarily. But back at Trinity-Pawling, we had a saying, if you will. And it was rather simple and rather, well, not crude, but blunt statement. And that statement was dropping the blue hammer. Now, what does that saying mean? Well, in short, it really means no matter what the odds are, no matter how bad you're feeling, even if you're feeling down, you gotta like get up, fight on, put on your bootstraps and, really take it to whatever challenge you have in front of you. Maybe you have like a test in front of you that's going to be difficult for you, or you have an athletic competition that, you're nervous for, or maybe you're just worried about getting the day going. Maybe there's something that you're worried about during the day that, you're dreading. Get on your bootstraps, get on your high horse and be like, rah, do it. Yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah. And it actually became such a very popular saying that, and this is actually quite interesting because of all the people I knew at Trinity-Pawling, only 2 individuals truly made me upset. 3 if you include faculty, and that faculty member was actually a football coach at Trinity-Pawling. Now, a lot of what he said was absolute nonsense. Not to mention, and keep in mind, I don't get like political about anything of what I do, but this guy leaned really far to the left. To the point where it was pretty obnoxious. Not gonna lie. In fact, I'm sure a lot of my brothers who are watching right now could probably tell who I'm talking about. I mean, from what I hear, he's no longer Trinity-Pawling. And this is actually the same guy who, and the reason why I didn't like him is he's the guy who, he essentially made fun of me in front of my peers in his own classroom. I'm not going to get into what he said because that would require me cursing and I don't want to do that. But let's just say after what he did, it took all I had for me not to leave the room. Because, my parents are spending, 45, 50 grand for me to be there. And I'm having a faculty member yell at me for, make fun of me for that, do that to me. That's not right. But again, he's no longer Trinity-Pawling. Good. So, yeah, anyway, he was full of nonsense, but he did have a few good things. And one of them is, since he was a football coach, he actually came up with an award. The Blue Hammer Award. If you saw this award in person, you would note there's an award in the shape of a hammer, and that is also blue. It's actually quite interesting because really what he would do is he'd go to like Home Depot or something, or Lowe's, and find like a hammer, not like a metal hammer. It was sort of like, it would be like sort of like a mallet, I guess. Imagine like kind of like what a rubber mallet looks like, I guess, only I don't think it was, or maybe it was, I don't know, but yeah, I wish I'd draw like a picture of like what it was, but yeah, so he would go to Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever was closer to Trinity-Pawling, buy a hammer and buy blue spray paint and paint it blue. Although, this is actually quite interesting. This is one of the reasons why it does relate back to Horseheads. And that's because the shade of blue, Trinity-Pawling and Horseheads both have blue as one of their colors. Horseheads has blue and white, and Trinity-Pawling is blue and gold. But the shade of blue at Trinity-Pawling was actually more along the lines of this. Like, what I'm wearing, this nice robe, nice comfortable robe that I'm wearing right now. Whereas the hammer that this guy spray painted as an award was more of the royal blue that Horseheads is. And so it was actually, quite interesting, I thought. But you're probably wondering, what was this award for? What constitutes receiving such a very unambiguous titled award, if you will? Well, believe it or not, it involves playing football. And this is actually, you know what? This is my, and sorry to my brothers at Trinity-Pawling. You know, if I step over a line here, please forgive me. But to the good people of Horseheads, I would like to relay this notion, or this idea, if you will, not just to football, but for all sports. And at least in the sport of football, to get the Blue Hammer Award, you just gotta really, like run into somebody, like knock them down. And it's gotta be fast. It's gotta be hard. Like, you know, not that I would condone it, but if the guy was in pain afterwards, that would help too. You know, yeah, that has to be like a big, big, big hit. And you know what? And here's the thing. Horseheads last year was like one step away from being like all-time great in terms of football. I say unto you, you give them this award or have like players compete for this award, you're going to get more results. Believe me. Although I should stress something. I should stress one thing. And again, this is actually another good point that that particular teacher who came up with the award that, you know, was mean to me, you know, said. And there was one time where it was actually, believe it or not, our head prefect, because he was a football player. He was actually one of the football captains. And he did do exactly that, you know, hit a guy really hard, you know, fast, and, you know, laid him out. After that, he immediately said, "That's a Blue Hammer hit right there." And immediately, the teacher in question was really hesitant about giving him that award. Because, honestly, the point of receiving an award is also to practice your humility. And yelling out, you know, "That's a Blue Hammer award right there," or "Blue Hammer hit right there," that doesn't really scream humility. I mean, he still ended up getting the award. It really was well deserved. And, you know, anyone who saw the footage of that game would tell you, yeah, he deserved it. But again, if you are going to give this award to your to a football player, make sure they're also humble about it. You know, humble in victory, gracious in defeat. That's what you gotta do. So yes. Now I also suggested that, you know, Horseheads Athletics could also give this to other sports, you know, be it soccer or tennis or cross country or, you know, golf, or, you know, actually girls have swimming, so that works too. And it can also be for girl sports too. Why not have it be for girl sports as well? I mean, don't just limit it to the guys. Why not? That'd be cool. So, yeah. Although, outside of football, none of those sports really are contact. So, in terms of what would constitute a Blue Hammer Award for the other sports at Horseheads, you would probably have to come up with that sort of thing on your own. But for football, yes, it's got to be like a big old hit that just lays out the guy in front of him. And yeah, that's what you got to do. So, yes, to my brothers at Trinity-Pawling, you know, this is actually something I really wanted to talk about for a long time. I love dropping the Blue Hammer Award dropping the Blue Hammer. I love listening to that quote, as I definitely applied it in everything I did, whether it was cross country or wrestling or track or doing theater or choir, getting my work done, all that. And that's actually a saying that stuck with me to this very day. So thank you. I really hope I didn't step over any boundaries when it came to suggesting giving a Blue Hammer Award to, you know, Horseheads football players. Although, again, it's not really, giving the award is not up to me. It'd be up to whoever the football coach is. So, if by off chance the football coach is watching, and I actually did have this coach even back when I was a kid, you know, keep that in mind. Maybe it could work. But remember, you know, only the real two stipulations are, you know, it's got to be a big hit where pretty much everyone would agree that was the biggest hit of the game. And, you know, I mean, not that you would need to include humility into the equation, but, you know, if they do give a hit to a guy on the other team, and they act, you know, humble, that'd be nice. You know, again, humble in victory, gracious in defeat. And yeah, that's pretty much all my advice about that. So, yeah. So to because Horseheads has their first football game today. If you're a parent of a student at Horseheads who plays football right now, or if you're a football player from Horseheads watching this yourself, work hard, stay together, play like champions, and as a certain member of the 16 of the right would say, well, as a member of the 16 of the right would say, if all of you guys do what you're supposed to do, then the W will take care of itself. There you go. So, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. Follow me on the social media platforms. Turn on notifications on YouTube. I am very humbled I made this particular video because I was really looking forward to doing this. For all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today, I'm hoping we have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Hey, I got it right this time. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices.